In today's PowerPoint, we are going to learn about the Southeast region. We will discuss the geography of the Southeast, ports of the Southeast, Atlantic coast and Gulf Coast states, famous landmarks, national parks, and natural resources found in this region. The Southeast region is made up of 12 states: Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. Some of you may have traveled to a few of these states because they are home to popular beach towns. Many of these beaches are found in the states that run along the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. The Southeast has two long coastlines. The Atlantic Ocean forms its eastern boundary, and the Gulf of Mexico forms its southern border. More than half of the Southeast region is covered by the coastal plain. The coastal plain makes up the entire Florida peninsula. Remember, a peninsula is land that is almost surrounded by water. Other parts of the Southeast region have wetlands. Marshes and swamps are the two types of wetlands that you can find in the Southeast. The top picture on the slide is of Okefenokee Swamp. It is one of the largest swamps in the U.S. The bottom picture on the slide is of the Everglades. The Everglades are in southern Florida. They cover more than 1 million acres of land. The inland area of the Southeast has different features. There are hills, mountains, plateaus, plains, and the Mississippi River. The Appalachian Mountains run through the middle of the Southeast. The Piedmont is located to the east of the Appalachians. A Piedmont is an area of high land at the foot of mountains. Where the Piedmont meets the coastal plain is the area that geographers call the fall line. The picture to the left shows the fall line running from New York City all the way to Montgomery, Alabama. To the west of the Appalachians lies the plateaus and plains in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Arkansas. The Mississippi River flows through this area of the Southeast and often floods. The flooding, in turn, deposits silt on the land and makes the soil fertile for farming. What type of climate does the Southeast region have? In the Southeast, the temperature is warm and sunny and has heavy rainfall. The further south you travel, the warmer the temperature will get. Because the Southeast has such a mild temperature, it allows this area to have a long growing season. Farmers can grow their crops year-round due to the weather and fertile soil from the rainfall. Along with the warm climate, the Southeast also experiences hurricanes. Peak hurricane season lasts from June until November. Hurricane winds can gust more than 73 miles per hour and cause terrible damage. Major ports in the Southeast region allow for the import and export of goods and materials. The first cities in the Southeast were formed around the mouths of major rivers. These cities include Charleston, Savannah, and New Orleans. As years have passed, new ports have been created. The Port of South Louisiana is the busiest port in the United States. These ports handle only importing and exporting goods. Other ports, such as Miami and Port Everglades, are well-known cruise ship ports. Passengers can board their ships at these ports to go on vacation. Ports that are responsible for moving goods move raw materials such as crops and minerals. These are shipped all around the world. International trade is done through the ports in the Southeast. We import goods from other countries that we cannot produce here. Then we export goods that are produced in the U.S. to countries that need them. The Atlantic coast states are made up of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. These states border the Atlantic Ocean. They are known for their beach towns. Some of you may have traveled to the city of Myrtle Beach, which is in South Carolina. Others may have heard of the Outer Banks in North Carolina. These are two very popular vacation spots for families. Along with their beach towns, the Atlantic coast states are also home to large economic centers for banks and businesses. Cities such as Atlanta and Charlotte are home to main offices for banks and businesses. Norfolk, Virginia is home to military bases in the Southeast region. Each branch of the military has a base in Norfolk because shipbuilding is a top industry located here. As you move further south in the region, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana make up the Gulf Coast states. The Gulf of Mexico is to the south of each of these states. This area is also known as the Sun Belt because these states experience a mild climate all year round. This area is known for its rich history of cultural diversity. Blues and jazz music were founded in the area of New Orleans, along with Louisiana's Cajun culture. Along with the rich history of the South, there are several tourist locations. The top location is Walt Disney World, which is in Orlando, Florida. Other attractions include the United States Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, and John F. Kennedy Space Center. There are many famous landmarks to visit in the Southeast region. Graceland, located in Memphis, Tennessee, was home to famous music artist Elvis Presley. You can tour his home as well as his collection of custom jets. If you travel to Florida, you can visit Kennedy Space Center. The Space Center is operated by NASA and is used to launch and monitor rockets and space shuttles. Another popular landmark is Stone Mountain, located in Georgia. This mountain is the world's largest known freestanding piece of exposed granite, and it stands at 825 feet tall. It has a carving of Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson. The Southeast region is known to have several national parks. The most well-known park is Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This park has more visitors than any other national park in the United States. It is located on the border between Tennessee and North Carolina and is home to a wide variety of habitats. Arkansas is home to two national parks, Hot Springs National Park and Crater of Diamonds State Park. Hot Springs is known for its 47 natural hot springs and was one of the first areas in the United States to be protected. Crater of Diamonds is the only working diamond mine in the U.S. Visitors can go to the park and keep any diamonds they find. Lastly, Mammoth Cave National Park, located in Kentucky, is home to the longest cave system in the world. This park has thousands of visitors each year. Natural resources are abundant in the Southeast region. Farming is a huge natural resource that many people depend on in this region. Major crops grown in this region include cotton, soybeans, rice, peanuts, vegetables, and tobacco. The fertile soil and warm climate allow for farmers to grow their crops year-round. If you like oranges, they most likely came from Florida. This state is known for growing oranges. Georgia, on the other hand, is known for their juicy peaches. Along with farming in the Southeast, other natural resources include trees, minerals, and fuel resources. The water also serves as a natural resource for this region. The Chesapeake Bay and Gulf of Mexico provide tons of different seafood for not only the Southeast region, but the surrounding regions as well. What have you learned about the Southeast region? The Southeast is made up of 12 states with a warm and sunny climate. It also experiences a lot of rainfall to keep the soil fertile for growing crops. The many ports in the Southeast region allow for the United States to import and export with other countries. The many tourist attractions and national parks are utilized by people all over the world. In all, the Southeast region is very beneficial to the rest of the United States.